It's amazing when you look at your life and see how many wheels are spinning, and how many of those wheels don't attach to anybody else's wheels. So you have to rely on others to tell the news for you. And you have to accept the care of others, unconditional care of others. Not easy. Having to tell somebody the news over and over and over again. If that's the patient that's having to do that, that patient has no chance of moving on and getting on with the healing process for themselves, or the adjustment process, if you will. Somebody needs to be able to find a way for that patient to find people who can. You can be responsible for that group of people. You responsible for that group of people. You for that group of people. So that you're not constantly having to tell the news over again. Another group of people that came and saw me in hospital, speaking of another area of care, was the chaplaincy. Bless their hearts. For me, my faith is a relationship. It has nothing to do with religion. I have a relationship with God. Therefore, I scream at him. I yell at him. I pound my fists against his chests, and he just says to me, "Bring it on, tell me something I don't know." Chaplaincy lady came and saw me the following day after being admitted, and the first time she'd seen me the last time, I'd opened my eyes and told her I'd been truly blessed and gave her a big smile. This time was very different. It's a very different Gina who looked that lady in the eye this time. Particularly when she handed me a handling cross. And I asked her if she had any idea of at least 3 places that I'd like to put this right now. I'll throw this right now, should I say. Don't think she was ready for that. She told me, as everyone does, that it's okay to be angry with God, it's okay to be angry with the world and angry with everything and scream at everything. She said it was okay. She gave me permission. The following day, when I was going through all that awful time, when I was screaming at the nurse to get something inside me, otherwise it'll be coming out of me, and I was really poorly, chaplaincy lady stood at the end of my bed and just stood there for maybe 2 seconds, 2 minutes maybe, most, and then walked away, which was fine. Came and saw me again the day of my discharge, and I was again a completely different person. Gina was back, or at least a very wounded, tearful, frightened, disorientated, confused Gina. The true dying Gina had now appeared. Because that's what palliative is, isn't it? Living to the end of your life. Living every moment with every friend. Whether you physically get to see them or not makes no difference. Knowing the hearts of those who are nursing you, caring for you, talking to you, ministering to you, knowing their hearts. So the chaplaincy lady came and saw me on Tuesday morning, not long before discharge. She was able to pray with me, and I was able to accept what she was saying a lot more. Got home, settled in, a bit disorientated, a bit woozy. But come towards the end of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was back on my feet, literally, with the walking stick occasionally around the house, leaning up against walls. And then this weekend, this fantastic weekend I've just had at Hever Castle, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I'm 46 years old, and it is not fair. There's no logic, there's no rationale, there's no answers. And none of you professionals or non-professionals can give that to a patient. You can't give a patient what there isn't there. No rationale, nothing. All you can do is listen and watch and report. This patient is anxious, this patient is scared. I have been truly blessed. I have the love of a wonderful family, those of whom are maybe not my bloodline, but it is still true family. Dearest, dearest loves. I sit here now very different to how I sat last week. But a lot can happen in 24 hours. A lot can happen in a week. Now I should sign off this third podcast. I would like some feedback at some point to know how these podcasts are working with you. I'm not getting anything back from Southampton. Bournemouth, Angela will tell me at a drop of a hat. I can ring her up and we'll chat. But I'd like some feedback from you guys. Because you are my medicine. These podcasts are part of my medicine. Do you realise that? Do you realise that? This is part of my drug of choice. To pass on to you, professionals, carers, what it is to be in my position. That's not everyone's position, but mine. And I will continue to do these podcasts right up until I no longer can, but someone else will replace for me. Maybe the person to whom this iPad belongs to, or my husband. It's quite a cathartic experience. Ever since being back, I've sorted out my service, sorted out so many practicalities. But underneath all those practicalities is a human being. Right now, right here, sitting in this chair, at one of the most vulnerable, one of the most frightening and gut-wrenching times of my life, stroke death. Thanks to the likes of Mark, the professionalism of the nurses on C4, the knowledge and the medication that's given to me, the zapping that I'm going to be doing. They're going to give me 5 zaps of radiotherapy to the back of my brain to reduce the tumour in my brain. That's the only treatment I'm going to be having. I'm symptom control from the rest down. But after the radiotherapy and after everything's happened, after everything's done, there's literally no more they can do. What I can do is speak to you and tell you what it is to be me. And that's my choice. That's my drug. That's my gift. I would just like a little bit of feedback on ginasrose@aol.com. Okay. Not as many tears as I thought there would be. I thought I'd be a gibbering wreck telling you this, but no. Because I feel so rich, and so blessed, so tired, but loved and cared for. Not just because you're professionals, but because those who care for me, Barbara, Mark, Dr. Simmons, Dr. Coulson, Nikki, who broke the news on Monday, and many others whose names I don't know. They care. Don't lose that ability to care for your patient, because that covers so many areas, not just 6 C's. There's many depths. I sit here with 2 to 3 months to live, feeling very blessed because I have been cared for. Good night. God bless. Till next time.